If you've got a diesel truck, rev that engine, baby. Let's see her.
Hell yeah, dude. Put it right in my window.
Let's roll some coal.
Yep. I want some fucking diesel in my house. Warm this bitch up.
Fucking gas-powered fucking stove. I want a straight diesel-fueled house.
Exactly. All right. Episode 52 of the Fair Enough podcast. Bob in Detroit, Jack in Detroit, Mike fresh off a nap. Jack and I have been sitting here twiddling our dicks for 45 minutes waiting for this guy.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
And he comes in looking like the Travis Scott Ninja Turtle.
I'll pop the hood off. My bad. Hey, man, whatever, dude. I ate. I sat down for 20 seconds, and then I woke up to you guys being like, come on, Mike. And I'm like, fuck, dude.
What'd you eat?
I had a fucking Italian sausage and a fucking little bit of mac and cheese. It wasn't anything extravagant. I must have just been tired. I went to bed late yesterday, bro. But it weirdly goes together if you like. It's a bun, you put it on a bun, Italian sausage, no like red sauce, just a bare bones sausage. If you want to throw some mustard or some shit like that on, you could, but just simple meat and some pasta. But it's mac and cheese.
That's some Sicilian shit.
We're not Sicilian, you fucking racist prick.
Come on. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking.
Sicily
you can make fun of me all day.
Sicily is in Italy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got a funny joke about Sicily. It might be a little inappropriate, but I didn't say it, so I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
When I was in high school, we would one of my coaches was like super Italian, and he's just like, he was like shagging balls at shortstop while we were all hitting, and then like another group was running, so he was like shagging balls, and we get back in, and we're like, Kunzi, you look good out there. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, that was a Sicilian in me, which makes no sense. And then my other coach is like, oh, that Sicilians, are like partially black. And he goes, oh, nice. Is that why my dick's so big? And mind you, we're 16-year-olds, and two of our coaches are talking. I was just like, really?
That shit that only coaches hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was like,
is that true?
I believe so. Yeah, I think so.
There's
part
no
of the
way.
ancestry. I mean, look it up.
They're tan, I guess. Well, they got like that olive skin.
Yeah, I mean, Africa's not that far either.
That's
Sorry,
true.
I don't mean to yawn on. I don't mean to yawn on the fucking.
That is true.
That's fucked up.
It's not if you're in the toe,
Italy, yeah,
or in the heel.
Heel of the boot.
Yeah,
it's not. It's really not that far.
It's true,
and you know how shitty people were back in the day. Let's get real. There was raping going on all over the place.
That's true. We gotta get over there to Italy. Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah,
Italy.
We were talking to Chicago. We'll go to Little Italy. That's the same thing, right?
It's essentially the same thing. Yeah, same vibe.
You're talking about going fucking.
Jack and I were just talking about a bunch of trips, but Italy is hosting the next the golf thing. What the fuck's the golf thing?
Live
tour? Where it's Europe or America. They play against each other.
Oh, the fucking not the players.
I don't know why my brain is broken right now.
Look it up, Jack.
What the fuck is it?
They literally just did it at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin like a year ago, like last year.
I can't. The players,
we'll never know.
I can't think of it.
Oh my god. The Ryder Cup.
Yes.
Holy fuck, we're dumb.
The Ryder Cup. Yes, the next Ryder Cup is in Italy. That'd be a pretty dope excuse to go over there.
Bro, speaking of excuses to go places, a couple of my coworkers and I were talking today about the fact that the United States is hosting the next World Cup, and there are some games in some sick spots.
Yeah, I'm already in the works of going somewhere.
Yeah.
Whether it's to Dallas or Cali. Like me and my buddies have already been talking about like, hey, like we're going to it.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
That
We
would
should
be
do
sick.
Dallas would be very cost effective too.
Yeah,
I mean, Cali would be. It'd be sick to go to LA, but it'd just be way more expensive.
They're playing in Miami
definitely,
too.
Yeah, I was thinking that either like honestly, when I was looking at it, the Dallas one was the most in my head like logical in terms of all around. Like, okay, you go do this, then you go spend a weekend in Dallas, or whatever.
Yeah,
but I definitely thought Miami would be. It was like the number 2 for me also, but
for sure.
I just don't trust. You can't trust peninsulas, dude. Like, I don't need to be on a peninsula ever.
You were already in Miami. We were there together.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't even have that good of a time because we fucking got jobbed of our fucking of our baseball tickets, and the weather wasn't fucking pure. So fuck peninsulas, fuck Florida.
We gotta
Dude,
go back.
I can't believe they're not doing a game at the Big House. It's the fucking biggest stadium we have.
Yeah, the miss on Chicago too was a big miss.
Well,
like there's nothing going on in the Midwest.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just I for some reason I feel like that has something to do with like what goes on. I don't know. It's so how shitty Soldier Field is. It kind of and also like I just feel like the market. It just seems like if you're gonna put it in the U.S., you're gonna put it in the most touristy spots. I know Chicago is, but also it's like, what's better than fucking middle of May, fucking early June, Miami? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. I could be wrong on that.
It's gonna be hot as balls in Miami.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm down to go though. I know we got plenty of years of plan, but I'm fucking down. Yeah. I'm down to go make the whole circuit.
Do a tour.
Yeah,
we ain't going. I'm glad they already did cater. That place looked like it sucked.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
place was rough. They built that entire stadium just for the World Cup.
Oh yeah,
they had nothing ready.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. And you said thousands died. Yeah, there's so many people that died.
Dude, it was like tens of thousands. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh, is that an actual
it was an
like
unreal
thing?
amount.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking slave labor. They just made these people work basically like round the clock. I don't think the safety was regulated very well, and this was a pretty tall building.
Yeah. Let's just say OSHA wasn't involved.
Right? Yeah, exactly. There wasn't no training. There wasn't no harness. No hard hat. It was bring your own tools from home and let's build this thing.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
How the pyramids were built. They took notes from those guys.
They did, minus the alien work.
Yeah, exactly.
But
this is next man up mentality.
That's what you hear. We literally, in my sports economic class at Grand Valley, we talked about like, we did a couple days on like the building of these structures for the Olympics. And then you see all these pictures of them abandoned after, and it's just like they just build all this shit, and then there's just not enough people to hold up the infrastructure, so it just goes to shit. Which is nice that we have it done already here for the World Cup. Like, we don't have to worry about any of that. There needs to be better qualifications, I feel like, to get that.
Yeah. Of course, and also we have, I mean, granted, the way they're doing it, where it's across the whole country, is kind of insane. I feel like the traveling, day-to-day traveling, is going to be kind of like what I feel like that. If I was a player, I'd be like, this sucks. But yeah, that's why it's so nice to do anything sports related in the U.S. because we have every major sport, and you can do literally everything, whenever you want, anywhere.
And you don't got to stay in some shack that they built yesterday. Like all the players are going to be put up at the Ritz. Like it's going to be sick.
Definitely,
they're psyched for this World Cup.
Yeah. Remember during the COVID Olympics, I remember seeing Nyjah post like the beds they were sleeping on. It was literally like it was in, I think, China or Japan, whatever, and it was literally them like cardboard boxes, bro, with like a pad like this big on top of it. I was like, dude, these are like the best athletes in the world, and you're giving them a literal cardboard box to sleep on, dude.
Yeah, dude,
it's insane.
People coming from $1 million homes going right to sleep on this cardboard box to not even really make any money.
Yeah, literally.
crazy.
That shit's wild.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. We got the sad boy shit that we got to talk about. We'll talk a little bit about it at the end. I did want to go through some shit that I've been seeing lately come across my A, TikTok, and B, Twitter.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck's going on, and yes, Jack. I don't know what's going on in Mexico, but the cartel's fucking everybody up, and Twitter thinks that I should be seeing every piece of content that comes out there, and I don't know why, because I don't want to see it. Do you get forced to that shit
Well,
sometimes?
I haven't gotten forced into any of it. I've seen some of it, and how it's just straight up mayhem over there.
Yeah.
But I have not seen. I just saw it right in the beginning when they arrested El Chapo's son,
Mm.
and then I didn't really see anything else. I just know that it's pure and utter chaos, and it's like there's a literal civil war going on.
Yeah.
Right across the border,
and
it's wild.
It's like not police. It's literally just like vigilantes in the cartel, and it's wild.
Yeah,
they're just killing
This
like
is
regular
the
people.
cartel just killing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to not have like a naive opinion about it too, because like in the back of your head, you're like, well, why don't we just go fucking shut them down? But that would cause absolute fucking chaos if we did some jazz like that.
We'd have to shut down the whole country and restart it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's honestly insane the amount of pull. Like that's crazy, dude. Like the people are so worried about like these 2 or 3 dudes that much that like they're literally willing to tear down their entire country like that, or not necessarily. I don't know where exactly, but it's definitely major cities, if if not more, where it's like I don't get it. Like restart. The drugs are still coming in.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Is like I don't understand the end goal. Like if everybody's dead, then what happens? Like what do you do? Like did you win? Because it kind of feels like an L. Because these are the people that you're selling drugs to. Like right?
Well, and it's like, dude, like the international, like the drug trade isn't going anywhere. Let's get fucking real. Like, I mean, I don't know if there's like a power struggle at that point. Like if these guys are both gone, or like the whole El Chapo, regime is gone. Like, but figure it the fuck out, man. Like,
well, dude, and that's just one of the things that human beings do is drugs.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Not that I condone it.
And I don't. No, we don't condone it here at Fair Enough Pod. That's like number 75 that we can add to that list.
Only the legal ones.
It's not going to stop. Like, even if you stop the trade, people will start growing it or making it or doing whatever.
Yep.
Like, drugs are just going to be around for fucking ever.
Well, that's my thing that confuses me, though, because it's like, it's not like I don't know shit, but like, just because this dude gets arrested, like that doesn't mean like the gang, the cartel itself is like, oh, we can't do it. Like they still can do it, and I'm sure they still do it. So it's like that's the part that confuses me. Like I don't know. It's just so wild that they're like, oh, we have to like.
Were people acting this way when El Chapo got? I feel like they weren't.
I mean, he got like 4 times and literally got like let out. Well, he escaped from prison. Like, dude, you're telling me that guy doesn't have the whole fucking Mexican police force? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The way when was the last time he did get got? Like, were we alive? Is this guy like 1,000 years old?
No, he died.
No. El Chapo died?
Thought so. I thought he got killed. This is how much that we. This is the most political infused conversation that we've ever had on Fair Enough Podcast. And we're literally just, oh nope, super alive, as alive as they come.
I was gonna say he got, but he's been incarcerated for a couple of years now. He's been locked up for a little bit now. And I'm pretty sure his son has been running the show, El Chapo Jr. If you didn't know his name.
Better learn it.
Yeah. So it's like, but either way, it's like, what the fuck? I just don't get it. It's fucked up, and I feel bad for people that like are just living normal lives in Mexico and have to deal with that shit. Like, it's crazy.
I'd be terrified to like go on a trip there right now. Like, if you're supposed to be staying at a resort or something.
Imagine being a cop there. Just like, hey man, I'm just I'd be like, listen, you know what? I don't care. You do your thing. I'm just kind of like patrolling like the streets for normal shit.
Yep.
And then you got to get caught up in like being a fucking soldier when you're just trying to,
He's trying to write a parking
protect and
trying to
serve.
write a parking ticket.
Yeah.
And now he's got El
dude, like, what
Chapo's
the
guys
fuck?
after him. Yeah, that is a tough draw.
Right? Like, fuck that. I would resign immediately, dude. Fuck that.
Sneak into the U.S. and work on the force in like Kansas or something. Give yourself the ultimate break.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Just come on over. Just come hang out over here until shit dies down.
I think these are popping up for me because I don't know if you guys remember. It was probably like 3 or 4 episodes ago when I was talking about how the high school fight videos keep popping up. You don't remember that? So that's all my Twitter right now.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was for a period of time was just those high school fight videos. And now I'm kind of weaning off those, and they're like, here's some harder shit. Maybe you're into this shit too. And I'm not, and I don't know how to reset it other than just scrolling by them really fast. You know?
Yeah, no shit. Like you fucking take one little look. I remember that's like when the Ukraine shit was going on. First of all, is that shit still happening? Like people are still dying in Ukraine. That's all still a thing.
I think so. I thought the Ukrainians shoved them out. We should literally do a side podcast where it's just like political things that we think might be happening, but we do no research. So we do absolutely no research, and we just talk about, it's the best. It's the everyman political podcast.
But dude, like,
let's just say Ukraine won.
Sure.
Well, I hope so.
All right.
Actually, I personally don't care.
I thought they
fight.
kicked them out. I thought the Ukrainians were too tough. And like everybody was shocked, and then they kicked him out. I know we gave him trillions of dollars. Ukraine.
They were shocked. Everybody was shocked at the resiliency of Ukraine, but it just made Russia realize that people are way more armed than they thought, because there were like civilians and shit that were becoming war heroes out of absolutely nowhere because they owned like a bunch of RPGs for some reason.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what would fucking happen if anybody tried to come into the United States. It'd be like, where did you guys get civilian tanks from? And we'd be like, I don't know. Some dude in Texas had 1,000.
Exactly. He had a whole full warehouse full of them.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one.
Yeah, he was just handing them out.
But that shit was popping up everywhere. Granted, that was obviously that was pushed by big social media to like make you see all the Ukrainian shit. But like that shit, I was like, why? Like, granted, like I don't mind seeing shit in terms of like, okay, this is just so you know what's going on. But like, I don't need to see people dying. Like, I don't. And I don't want to see like missiles hitting shit. Like, and I know there's like, oh, well, you don't understand the harsh reality. Like, but like then it's like, I have a lot of like Arab, like friends, not necessarily friends, but like I know a lot. And like, dude, the way that like the war that goes on in the Middle East is just shut down, like between like the Saudis and the Israel, all that shit. Like nobody talks about that. And dude, I see a lot of the shit that they post. So I'm like, holy fuck, Ukraine's got it fucking nice compared to what these motherfuckers have to go through.
Yeah, they're crazy over there in the Middle East like that.
Oh yeah,
that oil money is serious.
I don't want to. True, but I don't want to see any.
Yeah,
that's what
I'm
trying
to say
too.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like what? Yeah,
it's definitely different when it's not in front of your face. I saw this talk today. This old ass dude was talking about, because like our generation complains like we have it super rough, which obviously we don't have it ideal. Nobody does. But this guy was like, yeah, I remember being a freshman in high school and like a third of our senior class left because they got drafted to the Vietnam War. And it's like, I mean, imagine walking home from school uphill both ways every day, crossing your fingers, hoping to God that you don't get fucking sent to Vietnam tomorrow.
Right.
You know?
Oh, I would start sucking dick the next day.
Oh, yeah.
I would be blowing everybody like that fucking police chick that just fucked everybody. I would be banging dudes left and right until they told me I couldn't go. Because at the time, you still weren't able to like be gay at the time, right? They kicked gays out.
So.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Come on. Everybody. I don't give a fuck.
Imagine that now, like walking home from school and your phone lights up and it just says U.S. military. You're like, fuck!
I thought I missed the
Fucking
cut.
got me.
Oh man, that'd be fucking horrible. Weren't they saying recently that like they were gonna like if World War III and all that shit like happened, like that there would be a draft and stuff
They'd
like
need
that
us.
because there's not enough people
They need the
enlisting.
boys. We could do like the what's that Robin Williams movie where he's like the radio guy? We could just be on the radio.
Isn't it Good Morning
There you go.
Vietnam? Isn't that
Yeah,
the name
that's
of the
it.
movie?
Good Morning Vietnam.
Fair
We
enough.
could do that.
Podcast reporting live. Mike
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Bob in Lebanon
Be like,
and
"Good
Jack in
morning."
Ukraine.
Yep.
Oh man, that's fuck a draft. I think that's just garbage, dude. Like, no, not getting drafted. Bring these motherfuckers here, and then if we lose, then I'll draft myself. Like,
That is a
fuck all
bananas
that, dude.
concept. But that's kind of like it sounds like that's what they did in Ukraine. They drafted themselves. They're like, we don't got enough guys
Yeah,
for
but
this, so we're all just going to fight.
Well, yeah, but that's because people were on their home soil, though. Where it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, if they were in my backyard, I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, fucking toss
True,
me a gun.
true.
Like, I gotta do something.
And it's different.
But like, you're not sending me over the fucking pond to do anything.
Well, dude,
Unless
and
I'm
it's,
going in.
Right.
it's nutty because the last time anybody tried to come to our turf, shout out to the Harbor of Pearls,
They did try it.
we invented a
went down.
bomb to drop on
That
people.
is true. You don't want to come back over after
Yeah.
that.
No, and then everybody was like, "Oh, actually, never
Yep.
mind. We had something in the works,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like it's gonna go well."
Yep. Oh shit! Remember what happened to that one city?
Yeah.
That was not good. We don't want to be Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of atomic
realize-
bombs in Hiroshima,
Okay.
there's this really funny ass story. It's not funny, but in hindsight, it's slightly comical. So there was like a Japanese war guy that got sent to the first city that got hit,
Mhm.
whether it was Nagasaki.
Nagasaki.
Or Hiroshima
Mhm.
or whatever. And he got sent there to do some business, right? The day that they got hit, and he survived it. Like, he was real burned up. He had all sorts of radiation poisoning and all sorts of shit. And then he finally got back to his hometown, which was the other town. And then like a day and a half later, after
no.
he got back home, he got hit by the second one.
Damn.
Wild. And there's like records
I
of
mean-
all of this happening. It's like a legitimate story, but how unfortunate do you have to be for that?
He's
to
got receipts.
happen?
He was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in Rite Aid buying Tylenol in the second seat. He's like, again.
No.
No, not again.
Oh, we probably shouldn't do that.
We're already way off the rails.
Dude, fucking. That's not that funny. But but I can understand it's.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
something.
It's
I just-
not funny, but it's kind of funny.
You're like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a funny story. Yeah, murder.
That's
Is he still
Did
alive?
he survive both of them?
I forget
If
if
he
he survived
survived-
the second one. I'm not sure.
I was
I
gonna say-
should have known that going into the story, but I don't. I just know that there's like, since he was a military person, there are like records of him being sent to the first city and then him surviving and going back to the other city to warn people what just happened. And then,
Yeah. I mean, if he's a 2-time nuclear war survivor or nuclear bomb survivor, we need to make that guy the president of the world.
Yeah,
sure.
He's,
He's
like a
That
guy
cockroach.
cannot be killed.
He's like a cockroach.
Send him to Mexico.
Yeah.
He'll fix all that shit.
For
It
real.
doesn't matter. They can't kill me.
Oh, fuck. That's
That is
funny,
wild.
man.
What a podcast guest.
That's how
that
much
guy
we
would
know
be.
about war, though. Oh, my
Survive
God.
2 nukes?
That would.
Dude. He's like the Call of Duty god.
They nickname him Nuke. Yeah,
I just don't.
literally. He's like, hey, 25
Yep.
kills in a row.
Nuke
Don't
me
matter,
again. I
bitch.
double dog dare you. I fucking double dare you. Nuke me again.
Oh,
He's just like,
did
and
it
in
once.
hindsight, he's like a shitty Paul Revere because he comes back to Hiroshima. He's like, everybody, and then the bomb hits anyway.
he called out.
They did to
He
me.
called out land and they came by fucking sea. Okay, but imagine how pissed this guy is or how nervous he is. If he did live through both, which I'll have to fact check, I'll put it in right here.
Mhm.
Every city he
No,
goes
you
to
won't.
for the rest of his life, he's like, this might be the third. I don't know. He probably never left that second city ever again.
Yeah. Probably
No,
not.
Probably not.
That's what I was thinking about that too. I was like,
No.
after the first one, why wouldn't he just leave the country? But I mean, obviously he wanted to go back and tell everybody, but I don't know what you do. Like, what is your... But I mean, obviously they didn't know the second one's coming, so he probably thought he was never twice.
Yeah, I mean, let's get real.
Never.
Nobody
He
thinks
was like,
that
God
someone
forbid a
Never
third
seen
time.
it
ever
twice.
coming.
God forbid 3. Never seen it.
Jesus.
All right.
All right, we've started off.
You want to restart?
Welcome back.
No, absolutely not. That's hilarious, dude. This is the way my mind thinks
Yeah.
all of the time, and I just don't ever say anything out loud. And I'm like, people are gonna think I'm the dumbest person on the planet, but like, this is the way I think about things.
We wait
all
until
of the
the
time.
most people can hear us, and then we say all the dumb shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I need my ignorance to be known. and
Let's talk-
heard and
Let's
shoved
talk
down
about
your
some
throat.
sad boy shit. I guess we have kind of been doing that anyway. Let's talk about ways to remedy this sad boy shit. The worst problem that we got going on over here, this is a fucking tough segue. They had never done anything like this on like Sports Center or anything. What the hell was that?
Joe Rogan, fucking try this
Yeah,
one
no
on for
shit.
size.
Sorry. I got a fucking MMR driving outside of my house, possibly a fire truck. I don't know.
So,
Is
yeah,
it the
it's
nuke guy?
I live on the world's
Ringing the
busiest
bell.
In the
road.
back.
It's on the horse. Been warned.
Yeah, sorry. Paul Revere just drove
Holy
by.
shit.
So today is a perfect day to do this because I think we've talked about this before, but Tuesdays I think is the worst day of the week.
I don't think
No?
we've ever talked about this.
Tuesdays
Mm-mm.
are, I think, my hardest day at work, and there's just no end in sight. Monday, I'm still like kind of feeling it from the weekend, kind of rolling into things slowly, and then Tuesday, you kind of got to get shit done, and it's just the worst. Thoughts?
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, I understand that. And it's like Monday, half the year. Well, quarter of the year, you still got
Right.
football on Mondays, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. Like you said, you still kind of
There is nothing to look forward to on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday is just literally just the brunt fat of the week. And you're like, just got to get through it.
And I don't know
And
how it's been in Chicago, but I think the sun was out for a brief period of time this Saturday. But other than that, we really just haven't seen it.
We had we had 250+ days the other day, last week. Like, it was like Wednesday and Thursday, and it was like 50. And I was like, oh, yeah. But then since then, it's been just gloomy. And
We're buckling down here. We're getting in. These are the dog days. We have officially entered the dog days of winter, where there is like, you think that it's close to over, but we still have all of February, all of March, and most of April. Let's get real.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want
I
to
also
hear
think
that.
I know.
I literally thought of it when I was leaving.
And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this.
Oh.
I also think, too, that, like, the way, like, the world is working right now is, like, over the last few years, it's, like, November, December, January haven't been the harshest either. Like, it's, yeah, like you said, like, the world is turning where, well, literally, but, like, we're now, like, I feel like winter is lasting longer, and it's not getting cold as, like, it's taking longer to come. We're shifting like a month. You know what I mean?
You're right. They just,
You know what I'm
they
saying,
just
though,
put some shit out
motherfucker.
there about it was on the Detroit news about how we literally have like half the snowfall that we usually have by now. So it's almost like this shit's delayed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been like that though the last couple of it's been like that the last couple of years.
Jack's
though,
not
where,
gonna
like,
be laughing when it's
winter goes
snowing in
into
June.
April. Yeah, it's like April. There's still it's still winter now, and it's like before though. I feel like there was snow in November not more than 5 years ago. It's like now you don't see
Dude, it
snow
used to
till
snow
Christmas
on Halloween.
and it's like that's what I'm saying. So it's like I feel like global warming or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck is going on is fucking shifting everything like a month later.
It has to be.
Fuck
It
off,
has,
Jack.
Dude, it doesn't.
not to get politically charged again, but it has to be global warming, right? I mean, what else?
I mean, I don't know. Even if it's not, it just sounds like it is. So I'm gonna blame global warming.
You know what I
It's as
heard
simple
once,
as
and I don't
that.
know if it's true, that global warming literally means either the heating or the cooling of the earth at a rapid pace.
So essentially, what you're saying is that we experience global warming.
No, we
all of the
experience
time.
global warming not only while the earth's getting hot, but then the ice age is also part of global warming.
Oh, you're.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I kind of figured that. I mean, what else? They always blame the ice age on global
But I
warming,
never
so
got
I
it.
didn't. I just kind of assumed that they got hand in
The
hand.
word warming,
Yeah.
they need to turn,
Once again,
they
guys,
need to
this is
take
how
the word
dumb we are.
warming out. It's a false narrative.
Yeah,
Global, we don't
Yeah.
really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The globe is
It's gonna
fucked.
be hot
Let's
for a
just leave
while,
it at
and then it's
that.
gonna get pretty cold, and everybody's gonna die.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick while it's hot.
Ugh.
That's essentially what they're saying. So keep driving them diesels.
Dog days.
Let's get them hot days coming.
Yeah.
If you've got a diesel truck, rev that
Hell
engine,
yeah,
baby.
dude.
Let's see
Put it right in my window.
Yeah.
Let's roll some coal.
Yep, I'll let some fucking diesel in my house. Warm this bitch up. I'm gonna be feeling
Fucking gas powered fucking stove. I want a straight diesel fueled house.
You know what I was watching? You know what I watched last night?
Oh, shit.
Because I was like I was thinking about this, our
Huh.
sad boy things and like things that make us happy. Last night I went into the
Mhm.
archives of a comedian that you might recognize the name of by the name of Dane Cook. And I was like,
I saw that on HBO Max. I was like, this motherfucker.
I was
watching
like,
Vicious
I have
Circle right
not
now. What a
watched Vicious
psycho.
Circle in so long, and it might be one of my favorite stand-ups of all time. So that was one thing I was just like, I need to laugh going to sleep. And that special still hits. He's crazy. I don't remember how like him being that crazy, but that shit hits. Dude, he
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
he's insane.
superstar for a minute.
Yeah. He was funny, man. Yeah, he was. I mean, dude, like he was the guy for that era. I mean, he was the guy. As simple as that. I mean, it was like
I
him and
feel like he
Chappelle.
was
Like,
our
it
our
was-
first guy. I don't know if like that's
yeah,
speaking
I mean,
like I don't know, like in my little bubble, but I feel like he was like the first comedian where my friends and I were like, "Oh, dude, like you got to watch this special." Like I never watched a Dave Chappelle special or anything before that. I found that shit after.
yeah, no,
But you found
yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, I remember I had that the very first special. I don't know if that was Vicious Circle or the one before that. But it was like the very first one. I had that on my
Yup,
MP3
so did I.
player in like fucking 6th or 7th grade, dude. So what is that?
Did you have it in
fucking
like
07?
segments?
Like I don't remember if I it was the one. No, I think I had it. It was
Oh,
in
damn, that's
full.
sick.
It was the one that had the Kool-Aid
Oh,
Man
God,
story
that
on
one's so
it.
funny.
Yeah, because I got it off
Yeah.
of LimeWire. It's not, I had it just fucking full, you know. But yeah, and I had that bitch. I mean, that was so early. And then the next thing I ever listened to was Cat
Yeah,
Williams.
that was
The
my
Pimp
second
Chronicles, the first
stand-up
one.
ever.
Those were yeah, those were 1A, 1B for me. And it's like then I was like, oh, there are a bunch of these guys out there. But yeah, Dane Cook was
bits-
hilarious.
No,
couldn't
he
make
couldn't
it
make
today,
it today.
though.
It's the game's too
Cat Williams is another one of those things that I remember, Bob, from when you and I used to share a room.
Yep. That was the Pimp Chronicles,
Like
dude.
Cat.
That was the only thing that was
Cat
out.
Williams was playing on the TV.
Yep.
And then when I was trying to go to bed, you kept refreshing your Twitter, but I thought you were making weird noises with your face.
Yeah, I was just refreshing. It was a... Can't even do it
Yeah, and then
anymore.
the pop, yeah. Threw me for a loop. I was like, does this guy have Tourette's? I have no clue.
Dane Cook, yeah, I had that. I had the same thing from LimeWire, but I had them all in segments. It was hard to find the full hour of anything on LimeWire.
Oh,
You had to grind.
absolutely.
You had to put the time in on LimeWire.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. LimeWire was a grind, dude, because you found a song and you're like, fuck yeah, I got this whole album. Then all of a sudden it was like Mexican fucking, Mexican music with the lyrics of a Lil Wayne song, and you're like, what the fuck? Am I? You're like, what the fuck, dude? I just downloaded this whole album, and it's like fucking, oh yeah, fucking bachata with fucking.
Sorry for the wait on
Lil Wayne over
you had to,
top.
dude.
I'm
You
like,
had to listen
okay,
to
well,
100 chopped and screwed versions before you could finally find the real one. And there was
chopped and screwed was hot back in the day, though,
dude,
bro.
Nobody
that shit
kept
was that
those.
flame.
Nobody kept those on their shit. You kept those?
No, but it was a fucking vibe though. There was a wave of chopping and screwing,
chopping and screwing everything, dude. Just leave the song alone.
Dude.
Hey Mike, I got a question for you.
It was like Gordon Ramsay at a whorehouse.
Did you ever make a CD for anybody? Did you ever burn any CDs for any lucky ladies in your life?
Come on.
Really?
I never made like a mixtape for a chick now.
I used to burn them shits like it was.
Hey Robert, what about
like
you?
It was going out of style, dog. The CD guy was tired of seeing my face. It's like, you're buying more of these things? But that's.
I was like, yeah, I got 3 more chicks that need them.
Dude, it was fun though, like to find new music, especially like find new music on YouTube and then find it on LimeWire and like find the actual song, or even just. This was when YouTube to MP3 was hot. Still do that, and that shit worked great too. That might have been what killed LimeWire.
I mean, dude, LimeWire was
It's the government.
There was way more to it. Yeah, and the lack thereof at that point. LimeWire was revolutionary though, dude. Anything burning CDs, bro, in general was just dope. You would just burn CDs to burn CDs. You were like, oh, I got an extra CD. I'm gonna put the most random combination of songs on this CD and just fucking be like, yeah, and listen to it once and then never. I don't know.
Dude,
that
was
shit
so
was
fun.
fire.
Those are some of the funnest like memories sitting at a computer. It was putting together a good CD or being on LimeWire. That shit was
absolutely, dude. Yeah, dude. You know how much porn
I never did that on LimeWire,
bro.
I missed that wave.
I had the whole Naughty America playlist on my LimeWire, bro. Oh yeah, dude. And it was risky.
Yeah,
it was
that on like your living room
like,
computer?
Oh, parents aren't home yet. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah. But like, that my dad and my mom and dad didn't go on that shit. They just were on the computer, but they didn't go on like the LimeWire and stuff. So like, you just had to be sneaky with it. Like, you get home at 3:30 from school. Mom is fucking gone. Dad is gonna be at home from work in like 40 minutes. You got like 25 minutes to play with.
You didn't need that 25
minutes.
You needed about 4 seconds.
Yeah. Where was Pornhub at during this time? Non-existent? Or did you not have an iPod Touch?
No, I don't think it.
This was before the iPod Touch, brother. This was a few years before the iPod Touch. This was when the iPod came out. Like, we had MP3 players, bro. We didn't like the iPod. Like, you were a rich motherfucker.
I had a blue MP3 player, and I thought it was sick because it had like the
iPod.
Soft circle touch thing, like an iPod had. And I was like, "Damn, dude, this is close to an iPod, dog. Like, I'm fucking almost there."
This
is damn near.
I'm rubbing elbows with the 1% with this fucking scroll thing that I got.
Dude, low key, if they rehashed the iPod, I would fucking love to have that. Like, dude, granted, I can
like with the first one with the screen,
brick ass iPod
that was just like black and white screen.
Yes, the first
you would not
spin wheel,
and with the spin,
you would not use it.
No, I understand no, I would. So like, if they made like a Bluetooth version of it, I would. Where I could use like wireless headphones. I would just say fuck my phone, and then have like I don't know. I think it would help me be off my phone a little more, and I think it, because it's like, oh, I gotta go change my song, and let me look at this. Let me look at Twitter. Let me look at Instagram. And you're like, So if you're like working out or like you're like doing something where you're, I'm cutting the grass or whatever. I just got music in my pocket. I don't have my phone. You know what I mean?
It's a $1 zillion idea for somebody like Spotify should do it. Spotify should make their own thing, and then
Well, dude, they already did. They tried it. It was literally called, I'm pretty sure, the Spotify car thing, and nobody bought it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
terrible.
And it was
bad
like
marketing.
a little, almost like just like a touch screen. What is it called? Landscape layout thing that you could attach to your fucking car, and it was like having CarPlay if you drove like a 2007 Miata.
Yeah.
You know,
That's my
so
Miata. Yeah, I mean, in reality, an iPod, an iPod wouldn't be that great. But like, I think like everything in general is just kind of cyclical. So like, I think like people like us who went through that phase, if we got a chance to use it again, I think we'd be like, oh, we'd make do of it. I bet you it wouldn't be a good moneymaker for Apple and shit like that, so it never happened. But I do think because of like just the influx of fucking technology that we deal with every day and social media and stuff, I think like there would be a a certain demographic that would use it, but it would just I'm just saying in general. Like I don't know. Bell bottoms are cool again.
That is
So
true.
what the fuck do I know?
It's wild how that
You know?
happens.
So it's crazy. Fashion is the most cyclical thing in the world, and it's fucking horrible because
It's starting to get
rough out there,
rough
boys.
out there.
I mean, fuck.
dude, speaking of fashion,
Jesus
Michael, I think
Christ.
you'd be a little bit impressed. I finally bought my first pair of non-terrible shoes yesterday. Actually, my first pair of non-Vans. I picked up the CDG Converse, the high tops, the white ones. And I think it was a pretty good
Nice.
scoop. It's a very
Hell yeah.
Jackson scoop. I'm already a Chucks fanatic. I own quite a few pairs of them.
Valid.
And I figured, why not slide on something that I would actually wear? And I wore them today, and I literally got out to my car and immediately stepped in a massive puddle on accident. So
It's the game you play.
there we go.
Yeah, who gives a fuck though? I mean,
They're
dude,
better.
honestly, dirty white
True.
Chucks look
Yeah,
fucking
you can't
sick,
go wrong
so,
with them. They almost look
uh,
incorrect when they're
yeah,
super
no.
clean because they're almost too white.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, that's dope though. I fucking when you said terrible, I thought you meant like when you said non-terrible, I was thinking like preparation tear. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I was like, what, you got a piece
Yeah,
of
normally
notebook
I
paper,
buy
bro?
tear
Like,
Yeah,
I
makes-
was so
yeah,
shit-
yeah.
and I can just rip them off my
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah,
after
well,
I'm done with them.
Well, I thought you were gonna start talking about like those pants that you remember the ones that have the zippers at the knee. They can go from pants to shorts
Dude,
or something like that.
I had
was
so many
like,
pairs of
yeah,
those.
like,
It's
this
embarrassing.
dude.
Yeah, with the buttons.
Not even
But they were
buttons. No, they were zipper.
Yeah, but you were cool. The zippers.
No, but they have the ones
the
that you can
knee,
just like
dude.
rip
Yeah,
off.
those are
They're like
basketball pants.
Yeah, well, those are
The tearaways.
yeah, those are unless
Then
you
they're just
don't
pants.
play. Then they're just
Then
Those
they're
are
your
pants
pants
you
wear
keep
while
on.
the basketball
Yeah.
game's going on.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Dude, Mulaney does a bit about that. He's just like, I used to play basketball when I was back in middle school. He's like, there's nothing more embarrassing than wearing a pair of tearaway pants
Yeah,
and
dude.
never tearing
It
them
is
away.
real tough. Real tough. That's good.
Oh,
So what else?
man.
What
God, dude, the 90s,
what do you guys
man.
do as far as like what's like a go-to movie for you guys when you're sad, or just in general gloomy times? Like, what's a movie where you're like, holy fuck, this movie's hilarious. I could like this will cheer me up no matter what.
This is a movie. I mean, I think Step Brothers is arguably my favorite movie and the most impressive cinematic feature or film that I've ever seen in my life. It's my favorite movie. I think it's the best movie in the world, and that movie fucking
Yep.
start to finish, dude. Start to finish.
Might be one of the greatest
every fucking
one-liner movies ever made, if not the like. There's just so like it just keeps hitting you like bang, 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 like you said, from start to finish.
Yeah. Just joke after joke after joke. With fucking starting off when he's just like, Dad, we're men. That means a few things, and he just starts going about beef jerky and
the car when she's going to meet Dale, or when
I don't know.
he's in the back of the car, and like, there is.
Yeah.
If there was an award If there was an
calling dad.
award for movie with the most quotes in people's Tinder bios, I think Step Brothers would have an absolute advantage.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just a great
Terrible
movie.
bio, though. Let's
And,
be
like,
honest.
Well, the problem that I have with that movie is that it's just so overplayed. Like, I've seen it on TV, like bits and pieces of it so many times that I can't wait for like 10 years down the road when that movie kind of goes away, or even like when I haven't seen it in a while and I get to show like my kids that movie, then that'll be a fucking great day. You know?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. No, I'm with
One,
you on
like,
that.
one
but,
that we
yeah.
recently discovered that we've kind of been rolling back a bunch is Dirty Grandpa with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro. Dude, get
And Robert
baked
De
and watch
Niro,
that movie, and it's one of the funniest. Like, there's so many one-liners in it. You forget all the people that are in it. Like, dude, the best character is no, he's not in it.
Adam Devine.
No,
Aubrey
he's not
Plaza.
in it.
I thought Adam Devine is in it. I'm
It's
sorry.
the guy from Parks and Rec, like the crazy guy. I think he's Rafi in The League. You guys would recognize him if you saw him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Jason
yeah.
Montez.
That guy's in it, and he's like the guy in Florida. He owns a store, like a touristy store, and he's so fucking funny, and he just sells drugs out of it. And dude, that movie, I promise you, if you are looking up at the clouds and you're just ready to quit this Tuesday, watch that shit, and I promise you'll laugh your ass off.
Yeah, he's funny as fuck in general. But yeah, that's I believe that movie was funny as fuck. I haven't seen the movie in a minute.
Oh, it's fucked up.
It's dirty
great.
though. Like it's
great. Yeah, it's
it's
definitely
raunchy as
nasty.
fuck.
Yeah, it's great. Robert De Niro
Yeah.
is fucked up in that movie. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
My feel-good movie,
Yeah, definitely.
and I really hope that you guys have seen this, is Good Will Hunting.
I've seen bits and pieces on TV. I've never seen the whole thing all
That's
the way
your
through.
feel-good movie?
Dude.
Oh, that movie makes me cry
it
every
is
goddamn time.
ridiculously good. You guys know me. I love a good math flick.
phenomenal.
Right.
I love a lecture. I love a documentary. And I love a math
This
flick,
is why I posed the
right?
question, because everybody's happiness is a little bit different. And that's definitely
Yeah,
suits
you're
your
right.
vibe.
You're absolutely
Dude,
right.
I honestly put Good Will Hunting in like the top 5 of movies for me. Like I love that movie, but like I'm just so comedy, like laugh based that like I'm never gonna like be like, oh, let's turn on Good Will Hunting. But that movie has its comedic timing, and it also is a fucking awesome story. So I can see where you're going. I can
was
see where
between
you're at
that
with that.
and
I just
both of the National Treasures. I mean, I could watch Nicolas Cage solve great American puzzles for hours upon hours.
Have you watched
It's fantastic.
Have you watched the show yet, Jack? On Disney Plus?
What? There's a National Treasure show?
Yeah, it reminds me of Outer Banks, but like a National Treasure version of Outer Banks. It's kind of sick.
Nicolas Cage isn't, is it? It isn't in it, is he?
No, Riley
fucking
Poole's
hard.
in it.
No way.
Yeah, he makes like a couple of appearances in it as Riley Poole.
Damn it. Do you have Disney Plus?
Of course, I could slide you the login info.
Hey, I asked Maya for hers the other day, and she said that Tyler had one, and so she sent me his family's login, and I was like, I'm not doing that, bro. She said,
I don't feel comfortable with this.
Be smooth with it. I was like, no.
What kind of mischief can you get in on Disney Plus?
That's what I was wondering too.
They're gonna be like, who the fuck is watching Snow
in.
White? That's like the worst thing that you could do.
Yeah.
There is no like too hot to handle on Disney Plus. Great streaming service.
No.
Though.
Why do people keep watching Frozen on my account? This is like the 12th time it's been on there.
Jack's just crying watching Frozen. Love the songs.
Oh shit. Yeah. Good Will Hunting though is a fucking great movie. You've never seen Good Will Hunting?
I need to sit down and watch it.
Bob? That's a shame. Honestly,
that's for sure.
And it's a little embarrassing. You need to. I mean, first of all, Yeah, and if you're a sports guy, it works. There's a couple of parts in it. If you, it's good, dude. Ben Affleck, who's hilarious.
I'm a
in
nerd
that
too. I
movie.
like a good lecture flick. Like Moneyball is probably my favorite sports movie, and people shit on me for that all the time.
Moneyball's a great movie.
Yeah, but people are like, Miracle's good, and fucking Remember the Titans. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Dude, Remember the Titans is
Everybody
so fucking
sucks. Remember the Titans, dick, dude. Brad
movie.
Pitt and Moneyball.
You know what reminds
shit
me
down
of?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what reminds me of Good Will Hunting though is have you guys ever seen 21?
21's
with
great movie.
What's his name?
The kid, with Spacey and the
fantastic. Dude. It's another Matthew movie.
What the fuck's that kid's name?
Matt. It's Matt something.
That's a cool movie.
Matt
though.
Damon.
Matt Damon's not.
Is that Matt Damon?
No.
Yeah. No.
Matt Damon's in Good Will Hunting.
Matt Damon's in
Rounders.
Yeah.
I got him mixed.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Thinking of the pale kid
and
with
Matt
the
Damon's
black hair.
Rounders,
I can't remember his
a poker
fucking name, but
movie
we know
where
his
they
name.
shoot-
He's in other shit.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's like the
Real
happy
good
show
movie.
that you're falling
Underrated.
asleep to? I think I know yours, Jack. Can I guess it?
Mine has guess it. Go for
It's How
it.
I Met Your Mother.
It's been the same for It's How I Met Your Mother for the last probably 6 years of my life.
What do you think is the most popular like feel good fall asleep to show? Because I bet you How I Met Your Mother is up there. I bet you The Office is up there.
Friends is probably up there.
South Park up there. Friends is definitely up there. South Park. Yeah, it's because
South Park is definitely not there.
Skews more guys. I feel
it's definitely Friends. Friends, The Office, fucking How I Met Your Mother. I mean, those got to be the big ones. I mean, they have to be. Seinfeld probably not as much anymore, but I mean, any like stupid, like any sitcom essentially like that. Like I think that's like the recipe. But yeah, I Friends and The Office. I think right now for people our age are the gotta be.
What else?
Have to be.
New Girl's
New
great,
Girl
and
is
New
a
Girl
really
goes
good one.
both
I
ways
love
too.
New
Like
Girl.
girls love New Girl just as much as guys love New Girl. Where I feel like sometimes.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be wild to see like what the jump.
I also
like from our generation, like what is our kids' generation like? What are they gonna fall asleep watching? You know, like are there gonna be like sitcoms that are that good? I'm sure there are.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Dude, fucking
putting that on the list, the sad boy list.
I'm thinking. Yes, but the thing is, though, I don't watch Netflix all that much anymore because I don't have my own Netflix account anymore. But dude, I used to watch New Girl every goddamn night. There's like 20 fucking episodes in a season, and I would zip through all 7 seasons or whatever. And when Nick Miller is my like spirit animal. Like I compare myself to Nick Miller a lot in terms.
He's got a box of receipts in your
shit.
closet.
I think
box of bills.
You got a box of
Bobby's
metal
pins to hold your hair up.
Who's Bobby?
That's my favorite, dude. That's my favorite episode. Literally, when I haven't watched it in a minute, that'll be the fucking episode I go to. It's like,
is that one where he's trying to pay his bills, or he's trying not to pay his bills? That's the same one.
Yeah, he's like, you had my box, now I'm gonna go on your box, and he's like, I don't mean it like that,
dude. I just started the show.
Dude,
well, now I'm on like
just,
season 5, but I recently started it. But I still go back every once in a while, and I'll watch the episode in season 1 where it's Schmidt's birthday. 29.
That one's all time. That one's all time.
29.
So good. But I was gonna ask, what are some other things that you guys do when you're feeling a little bit down bad? Shit's not going the way you want it. It's midwinter.
I know it's freezing outside, and it helps. Like today when I got home, I grabbed Max and I went for a walk.
Wow.
And I think that helps a ton. Like today was nice, so we can do that. It's tough in the winter, but like if it's not freezing and like you can actually make the trek, I always like the second you walk outside and you like smell the fresh air, I feel like you feel better instantly. You know,
Absolutely.
and you just move a little bit, you feel better about yourself, and like
Yeah.
especially if you have a dog, and like the dog enjoys the shit out of it, so it's just a win for everybody. That's one thing that I highly recommend. If you're not doing it and you're having a bad day, take a walk. Always helps. What about you?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really do much when I'm down, bro. I don't get down that often.
Right.
In terms of like being literally sad, stress out, like lonely, that's different, obviously. That shit, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of click on the next thing. Or you know what's, and this is sad to say, like for shit like that, you just fucking you go on like Tinder and you just swipe for like 20 minutes and you're like, okay, I'm not a giant piece of shit. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh hey, there's a bunch of people like that. Or like I mean, dude, taking a nap always fucking helps me out, honestly. Like even though it's like I don't know, nothing better than not doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I got all this shit.
Mike was
to do.
like, we got to do the podcast in 10 minutes.
You know what
I mean? I got all this shit to do tonight.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, nap. There's nothing better than waking up from a good nap.
Fuck
your whole life starts over again. It's perfect.
Yeah, you're like, fuck it. I definitely like listen to. I mean, I like to pop on the, like a podcast or something. Like, I listen to fucking like Theo always makes me super happy because he, in terms of not necessarily positive, but like he talks about a lot of sad like shit like that too. Like we're like, oh, you can relate to this guy. Like he has a shitload of real problems and he talks him through and he gets phone calls and this. And you're like, oh fuck yeah. Like, the amount of times you listen to Theo's podcast and people call in and talk about how like this dude pretty much like saved my life. Like, you keep me afloat and blah, blah. And it's like, I feel that not most of the time, but like, I'm like, I fucking feel that. Like, I feel the same way too, man. Like, so it's like, sometimes when he's like responding to those calls, I'm like, he's responding to me in a sense, where it's like, yeah,
that's the best to have that real connection.
That shit always gets me.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like whenever I'm feeling any sort of way, I need to talk to people that know me. Like I'll either give Bob a call. I talk to my sister all the goddamn time whenever I'm feeling anything. And even like a couple of my close buddies, I can be like, dude, I'm feeling like piss. Like this is happening, this is happening, this is happening.
Yep.
And it's like half a venting thing, but it's also like I trust the people that I surround myself, and I know that they'll give me like some sort of good remedy or at least put things into perspective for me. And even just like talking to somebody that I don't hate always helps the fucking mood.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and also I like yelling. Like, not like screaming into a pillow, but like
get the shit out.
What the shit I have to say. Like, I just want to speak loud.
Does feel good.
Like, and like, dude, it feels great because you're just like, so like lately I've been at work. There's a lot of shit that's been happening, and like the whole last week was just a fucking.
You guys had corporate in, right?
My head was in a blender all week, like, and no, we had some turnover with the personnel. Like pretty much everyone got a promotion but me. And it's frustrating. And it is what it is. Like I know it's not like anything to really get into detail about, but it's just like, what the fuck, man? You kind of like start realizing you're like, well, what am I here? Like what's the value that I bring? Like you guys don't give a fuck about me clearly. So like in my head where I'm like, why am I going to work hard? Blah, fuck this job. I'm going to quit. But I'm like, congratulations to the guys. Like shit like that. But then like my director of operations, he's sitting there and I'm just going off, like he's just listening. I'm like, blah, blah, like talking shit about everything. And he's just listening to me. And he's like, I get it. And it's just like having that guy sit there and pretty much have me shit on the whole company and just let it happen. It felt amazing. I'm just fucking yelling, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, super appreciative. I'm like, this guy could have told me to shut the fuck up. He could have told me to get the fuck out, or he could have fired me for fuck's sakes. And he just,
dude, sometimes that's exactly what you need, is to just
is great.
fucking get it out. Even if it's not going to do anything, but getting it out to the right person
Oh yeah,
and having like
100%.
your director of operations hear you out and be like, dude, I understand. Sometimes that fucking
Yeah,
absolutely helps
yeah.
1,000%.
It's huge.
You know, like you're not the only one thinking what you're
Oh,
thinking,
absolutely.
you know?
Yeah, and the best part about it too was like, and I told him, I said, I was like, dude, I was like, just give me this week. I was like, give me this week. Let me be angry. Let me be frustrated. Let me just kind of vent all week long. And I was like, next week I'll be back. I'll be good. I'll be all right. And he's
Yeah.
just like, fair enough. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, it was very for my head. I'm like, dude, every chance I had, like something bad happened at work, I'm like, this motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, freaking out. Like, I never freak out at work. Like, I'm loud and rambunctious at work, but like, I got this email, pretty much this dude asking me for some shit that I already sent him like 30 minutes ago, and I started yelling at my computer. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I just fucking sent it to you." I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, you lazy motherfucker? Look back at your emails. This ain't your thing." And the guy's like, "What are you yelling about?" I'm like, "This
He's having
fucking
a
guy
bad
doesn't look
week.
at his like." Oh, I was
And
fucking fired
that's
up.
great that like if
Yeah,
you can have
but I'm
somebody
good
that'll
now.
just
Yeah,
understand, okay, Mike's a great employee. He's like obviously frustrated for a reason. That's just a smart boss or whatever he was. You just hear you out and
yeah,
let you vent, and then and then you can, like you said, I'll be good
yeah.
if
He's
you
my
shoot
boss.
him straight.
Yeah.
I'll be good. Let me freak out for a minute, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, and that's another
Yeah.
good thing is being flat out and
I mean, dude,
honest.
like he
You know, like
literally,
I'm not gonna have a fun week. I'm gonna be kind of a dick, but next
yeah,
week I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna reel it in.
and yeah, and there was no, it's like, especially because like the first thing he like after he tells me everything, like, oh, this happened, and he goes, "Are you all right?" And I go, "No." Like, I'm not all right. He's like, "Well, do you have anything to say to me?" I was like, "No, I don't." And I was like, so it's like he knew off the rip. He fucking had my back, and he just kind of, like I said, he just let it all happen and fucking helped me out, and we kind of just bullshitted, but also I definitely showed like flare ups where it's like, but yeah, it's no, that shit. Having someone to talk to, essentially, what piggybacking off of what you said, Jack, is huge. Even if it's like,
Yep.
hey Bob, I'm gonna call you. Don't
Right.
say a fucking word. Let me just start yelling at you for a second. Like,
Right. I
it's
think
super
that
fucking
in
clutch.
general, to
Um,
kind of give a summary, it's important to find something that works for you. You know,
Mm.
because like some people need goodwill hunting.
yeah,
Some people need a buddy to call, and some people need to bitch at their director of operations. You know, and like it's definitely different for
yeah,
everybody, but like I think seriously finding something that helps you be a little bit less pissed off about whatever's pissing you off is the most important, because you don't want to handle it incorrectly or immaturely or do something that you're going to regret in the near future, because it's not always, even if it seems like the world's gonna fucking end, it's not always that big of a deal. And like I said earlier, somebody just like either listening or putting it into perspective
yeah.
for you goes a very long way in terms of your sanity in a situation like that. And I think during the winter, especially in dog days like we are right now, it's important to have some sort of, what do they call it, like release,
Yeah, an
an
outlet
outlet.
An
Yeah.
outlet,
for sure.
an outlet. Yeah, Bob, what do you do, bud? I mean, I know you walk the dog, but like that, that can't get rid of it all. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you just are super happy, but you also just went through a tragic ass fucking injury that
Oh
which
yeah.
you
No,
had to have
I
been
mean the
down a couple of
whole
days throughout that. Let's get
obviously the
real.
beginning of the year was rough, and then the end of the year I just with the just with the breakup
Oh
and
yeah, I
things,
was gonna say,
and
why was the
then
beginning of the year rough? Yeah,
had the
fair
injury,
enough.
but
Idiot.
I think
Yeah.
it's like honestly like I'm lucky just because I have a bunch of people, like we talk about this all the time here, but like
Mm-hmm.
we all we all have something to look forward to here. Like I'm talking like me and my roommates here every day, because we get to come home and like we get to do that with each other, the shit that you guys just talked about, right? So we always have that. So having that is huge. I
Yeah.
think if you can
yeah.
have that, whether it's like Jack calling Maya, or if you can have like with me roommates, or if you're married or have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever it is, if you can have something like that, like it's just like you guys said, it's an outlet to. For me, it's I know that if I'm having a shitty day, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna hang out with the boys. I'm gonna play some Mario Kart. Like it's not that bad. I can get through it, and that's the only thing that like the injury it was what it
Yeah.
was. Like I understood that. Like the breakup thing when I was going through a really rough time. That's the only thing that kept me afloat. Like if I didn't live with these guys, I don't know what the fuck. Like I'm not like I'm not a depressed person. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
really think that any of us three are. That's why we were saying we're never like sad compared to some people, but just anything just to lift you up. And that's like,
Yeah,
I don't know
of
what
course.
would have happened to me if I didn't have these guys. Like I was in the darkest place that I've ever been in my life, but coming home
Mhm.
and being able to turn my brain off, play some Mario Kart, talk to the guys, watch sports, like just being normal and getting my mind off things was like that's the biggest help that I can ever get. That's the biggest thing that helps me is these
Yeah.
guys and Max. Like that's fucking everything to me. You know?
Shout out to the whole squad over there.
For sure. For sure. It's the Heartbreak Hotel.
Absolutely love those dudes.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Heartbreak Hotel. That's what we call it. We give
you guys are
Heartbreak
a hell of a group, and
yeah.
I
We're not at capacity
you know,
either. If anybody wants to come couch it, we'll take you in. We got plenty of couches.
No, they're at capacity.
We're technically at
What?
They
capacity.
do have couches.
We don't have any
Someone
more
move out?
bedrooms, but we got plenty of couches.
Oh,
We got
okay, I
4
was gonna
couches.
say-
So
I was gonna say, ah.
The couch
Yeah, hey,
downstairs
that's
is mine though,
that's
so
the
if
kind
you
of
would
here.
like to stay
Yeah.
there, you're gonna have to rent through me.
There's-
I have claimed
there's
it.
2 down here though.
Oh shoot.
So you're gonna have a roommate. But yeah, that's what I do, man. It's the outlets, like what you guys said. That's what I need
Dude,
to stay afloat. The outlet, and then all the other shit that we talked about. Throw on a funny movie. Just do things that make you smile to turn the fucking clouds off, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's important to know what helps, but
For sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's also important to understand like being depressed
Yeah,
doesn't mean
there's-
you suffer from depression. You know what I mean? I feel like nowadays, like everyone is like, "Oh, I'm fucking depressed." It's like, what? You're sad, so you're depressed. Like you're not clinically, it's not like this crazy. Like you can go through like spots where you're depressed for a long period of time. Like that happens, but like people who I feel like people like who have normal or seasonal depression or like, oh hey, there's a
Yep.
month that went really bad, like this guy's just kind of down on his luck, like where that kind of gets swept under the rug because of the way like a lot of like, I shouldn't say kids, but like younger people are like making it seem like, oh, I'm always depressed, this and the other thing, where it's like, and then it's like almost like when you are sad, it's a cry, not like a cry for help, but like an attention thing, when it's that's so fucked up. But like knowing that like and this is the deepest thing I'll ever say on this podcast, like knowing that it's okay to be sad is like one of the best parts about being sad. It's like, hey, guess what? Because I do have these outlets and I do have shit, like it's okay for me to release my emotion, like be emotional and like talk to people about shit and like not hold it in or be like, oh, this isn't how I'm supposed to be. Like, oh, I'm supposed to get this job, I'm supposed to get this degree, or I'm supposed to be happy all the time. Like knowing that you can be sad
True.
is one of the best outlets of being sad. Like, hey, this is normal life. And now you get over it by, talking to people, playing vids, listening to music, doing this, doing that. But like understanding your sadness and your depression is like,
Can't
to
get
me,
out
if
of
you
it.
don't understand it, you
right.
can't,
I was just gonna
or in,
say
like,
when
kind of
you
Then it
embrace,
feels like that's when
exactly,
it feels like
'cause
a
then you're just
disease.
stuck
Like
in
this is just something that
revolving
happens
door.
and weighs on me, and there's no way I can get out of it. But yeah, you just gotta
Exactly.
you have to
Yeah.
reach out to people. You have to try to find your outlet.
Yeah.
If you don't put the work in, then like you're not going to be
Yeah.
able to get help.
when you know that you're sad and when you can recognize that,
And
like
it's
Mike
like-
said, it kind of puts light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I'm sad right now, but I'm not always going to be sad. Like, you have, like you said,
Exactly.
like, you have to recognize that this is a time that you're going through.
Mhm.
You're going to be sad, but then you're going to be fine again sometime soon,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah. And knowing that you can get through shit too, like as a whole, makes you so much stronger too, which is cool. It's like, oh hey, like I've been through shit. Like I I could do this. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, like the first thing that's ever happened to me was like when my parents got divorced. Like that alone, once that all happened, I was like, hey, I'm still here, and like I'm fucking good, dude. Like I'll be sad all the fucking time. And I joke about killing myself all the time, which I know is fucked up, but I love making suicide jokes. But like, dude, like I know that I'm never gonna be like I know I can always get out of it as long as I do, take the right steps. And it's not always gonna be perfect, but like you just gotta be smart and think like, oh, like you said, there's got to be light. There's light when you create the light at the end of the tunnel. It's easier to get to instead of fucking just like digging yourself deeper and deeper into a hole of
Right.
something
Most
that
of the time
probably
it
really
doesn't.
doesn't even fucking matter. Honestly, let's get real. It's like
Yeah.
it's all it's
Yep.
all self.
Mike, I have a
created,
question.
So
How do you spell the word
what's that?
orange?
Yeah, that was an accident, asshole. I
missed
fucking
what-
missed
wasn't
the A.
sure.
You
I
think
didn't
I'm
know.
What
that
happened?
dumb?
I
Come
didn't
Did this
know.
happen in our group chat?
Yes.
On the chat on the side, I put Bob's
Oh.
dot is orange.
I thought he was just spelling it out. I wasn't sure.
just 'cause the
That's like
orange,
that thing
like-
that you see teachers do with like
No.
empty. They write the word. You've never
Just the
seen
letter
this?
M and T.
You've never seen this, Mike? Hold on, let me do this shit for you really quick. This is gonna be a visual. So
No.
if you watch the podcast, good for you. If you don't, go fuck yourself. And I'm sorry.
If you're on Spotify or Apple Pods right now, go fuck yourself.
So they'll do like,
especially if you're on Spotify.
they'll do like that. Like you see that how it says empty in the box. Then if you like get rid of the E, get rid of the
Yep.
fucking the Y, and then you just start getting rid of shit, and then eventually the box, like it's still empty, 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 empty. Like when it's down to just M and T, empty, and then you get rid of the M and the T, and then it's just a blank box, and then it's empty. It's
And then
empty
it's
again.
empty.
So,
No?
no, I've never
Yeah, it's
seen
very
that, or
dumb.
maybe I have, and
Very
I
dumb.
don't remember it because it's so fucking.
Well, anything
stupid.
else? We went through politics.
Oh, that's funny. No, yeah, I get it.
Depression. We basically just did therapy. That's the most serious, fair enough podcast. Well, I mean, the political part was not serious, but
No, we were being serious.
we
No,
were being
there
as
was
serious
attempt-
as we could.
There was
be,
there was
Yeah.
an attempt at being serious, but it was just
which makes it way funnier
was-
when you don't know.
it
what
was
you're talking about, 'cause
ignorant
it
more
pisses a
so
lot of
than
people off.
Listen, if
serious,
you,
but yeah.
if you wanted Ben Shapiro, you clicked on the wrong fucking
You know what
podcast.
you're listening
You're in
to.
the wrong spot.
You know what you're listening
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
but if that's
nah,
it,
dude.
let's get the fuck out of here. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. If you have anything
Let's
that
make it happen.
like if you have good ideas for shit that's that helps, shoot us a DM. If you want some recommendation for shit that helps, if you just want somebody, if you want an outlet, shoot us a fucking DM anytime. We're always happy to talk to anybody. We love you guys. We don't do many serious episodes. We've done 51 non-serious episodes, so it's nice to get serious for a little half hour action. But
Yeah, that was nice.
yeah. So have a good
Yeah.
weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you at episode 53 very soon. We love you. Peace.
News.
Yeah, we love you.